Well, I really hope this is going to be a good review.
Yeah, I was very hopeful when I first heard about this movie.
Yeah,
You know,
a lot of hope.
yeah. Some would say that we even need a new hope. Hey guys, welcome back to Film Feud. I'm Angel Ramirez,
Marcus Nardatez,
and we are here to review the highly anticipated movie.
the most anticipated movie of the year, I think.
It's up there. Probably Civil War. Rogue One, a Star Wars story.
Star Wars. If anybody wants to send me a working lightsaber, I'll leave my address below.
Yeah. Well, not yet. That's a little scary. But anyway, we're back into it. We're back with this huge release. First standalone movie in the Star Wars saga.
Yes.
There were a lot of hopes. There was a lot of
hopes.
anticipation. And definitely a lot of uncertainty. Because we've never seen a Star Wars movie that is not the main episodic storyline. Episode 1, 2, 3, all that. So we have it. It's here. Let's talk about it.
All right.
Marcus, since we're positive people, what are some of the things that you liked about this movie?
Well, I think it was, first of all, perfect timing for this type of movie in this universe that they're trying to make. They're trying to expand. I liked episode 8. I'm sorry, 7. Episode 7. Episode 8's already on my mind. Episode 7, I really liked it, but it was the one bad thing about it, and you probably heard from other people, that it was a lot like the originals. Mm-hmm. The storyline was very similar.
Very New Hope-ish.
Yeah, very New Hope-ish. So I understand why they do that, but it was perfect timing because I felt like this was something familiar but new after something like that. So I thought it was good timing. As far anything else, I thought it was greatly acted. I thought it was really good actors. Actually, my favorite actor wasn't even physically on screen.
Oh,
we'll go over that later.
Yep.
I think that's even with my last ones. I like Chewbacca the best. You guys he was physically there. I thought the script was good. There were some things missing, but I think that's just because we're used to a Star Wars film and we expected to see it, but we didn't. What I loved about it too is the homages that it gave to the original without being totally blatant.
Yeah,
in a lot of situations.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed that, but they did it in a way where I took my girlfriend, and she's not really seen many of the Star Wars except Episode 7. I sat her down and made her watch like a preview of the originals. I know it's it's like pulling teeth sometimes, but she enjoyed it. But she wasn't super lost. She didn't get some of the references, but they didn't make it where if you didn't get it, you weren't going to get it.
Yeah, and that brings me to that. My main point of this review is, I consider myself a hardcore into, the Star Wars lore and everything. And if you are deep into the mythology, this is definitely a good movie for you. They do a lot of things where they're not pandering to the lowest common denominator. They're pandering to people that, that watch Rebels, that have read the books. If you read Catalyst, if you're a hardcore fan, I would ask you to read Catalyst, watch this movie, and then as soon as you get home, you're going to want to watch Episode 4. And that's probably the biggest strength of this movie.
And I heard that a lot, the fact that you want to watch Episode 4 after this. And I thought maybe I would, just because I love Star Wars. But it almost like I needed to watch it.
Yeah, because...
and then I saw it was $14.99 to download. Unfortunately, my DVD collection's still back in California, and that stopped me because,
yeah, exactly.
It's Christmas time, so I have no money.
Yeah, I definitely. This makes it's in essence, it's the perfect prequel. You know what I mean? Like it's literally ends minutes before the episode 4 starts. I don't think that's a spoiler. They've been saying that that was the main focus of what they were trying to do.
And if you. And for whatever reason, if you're watching this and you don't know what it's about, quick synopsis.
It's about, in episode 4, the whole movie is about them destroying the Death Star. But to destroy the Death Star, they have to have the Death Star plans. So this movie is about the team of rebels that went in and infiltrated the Imperial base to get the Death Star plans.
And can I talk about the Death Star real fast?
Yeah.
Death Star is in almost every movie except for the prequels.
It's even in episode 2.
The thing I liked about this particular one, just because we just came off of episode 7, is that it made me realize how big the Death Star. What do they call it in episode 7? Why am I blanking on it?
Oh, Starkiller Base.
The Starkiller Base. How actually big it was. That thing was huge. Now, when you see the Death Star in comparison, it was it actually looked kind of small compared, knowing how big that the star base was. Whereas when I watched the episode 7, I really kind of didn't get that. I didn't get that. I just saw it as a different Death Star.
Yeah, with
I knew because they told me it was bigger, but I really couldn't remember. Now that I see it, I'm just like, oh, okay, wow, that was pretty menacing. The death,
Yeah, definitely, and I didn't even think of that honestly, but that's a good point.
I tend to have those
once in a while. Even a broken clock's right twice a day.
All right, we'll work on that one.
But some of the things I really liked about this movie, standout characters. K2SO. K2SO might be my favorite droid of all time. But it's like, what did you say earlier? It was a combination of.
He's a combination of Chewbacca and C-3PO.
Absolutely.
Whereas C-3PO was funny, but was useless. Not useless.
Yeah. Not useless.
But a lot of scenes he was very useless.
Yeah, exactly.
K2SO was actually a good sidekick. He was like Chewbacca. He could stand there and fight and actually do physical things.
I would also throw in he's kind of a mixture of C-3PO, Chewbacca, and if we could understand what R2-D2 is saying. Because R2-D2 is just talking crap throughout all the movies.
Well, he's the most censored movie character of all time.
Yeah, 100%. if these movies would not be rated PG if we could
knew what he was saying.
R2. But he was great. And Donnie Yen, who played Chirrut Imnu, I can't remember his last name, but he was my favorite. Ip Man in Star Wars. He has a couple of scenes that are just phenomenal.
Yeah, I can see you liking him. He wasn't my favorite, but he was cool. I wish they did more with him as far as I don't think this is a spoiler. I don't think there was enough hand-to-hand combat with him.
Yeah. But the scenes that we got were it was pretty epic. But that's always the problem with these movies where you get a ragtag group of people together. There's never enough time to share. That was the problem with Magnificent Seven.
Yeah.
That's the problem with a lot of these movies. But it just comes with the territory.
Yeah. Well, and you really like pacing. Yeah. You've mentioned several reviews about issues with pacing, and so what do you think about
I actually think this movie was paced very well. I thought Magnificent Seven did a good job of, bringing the team together, but this one for me felt a lot more organic. The way that the different members of the team intertwined and how they ended up together, it was believable. It wasn't like, oh, hey, you want to come with me to steal the plans to the Death Star? Yeah, sure, I'm not doing anything today. It wasn't like that. It was a lot of, everybody had a reason to be there. Yeah. Everybody was against the Empire.
And they did a good job in a 2-hour movie. It was just over 2 hours.
Yeah, sorry.
Damn phone.
Sorry.
ESPN update must be important. No, it did it with a little bit over 2 hours, which is an impressive feat nowadays.
No, absolutely.
To actually get you to care about characters and see their motivations and things like that. So I think they did a great job with pacing. If you had to break it down in 3 acts, it was definitely a build. Well, I wouldn't say a build up because it was very the beginning told a good story. Got a little bit not long, but there was a lull in the middle. But it had to be there. It can't just always be. And then the last scene.
The third act is my favorite part of this movie.
Let's just say I think it's up for best fight scene
space battle
of the year with the Captain America. I'm not quite sure which one was better.
I don't know about the fight scene. I think space battle wise, it's one of the best space battles we've seen since
it was awesome.
Return of the Jedi.
It was awesome, and it did a really good job of taking us in, like, the people that have seen it. It definitely, there was a nostalgic feel to it. They did a really good job with the X-wing fighters and the pilots and the base. And I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, Gareth Edwards did a good job of making sure there was no person that didn't have something to do. All the main characters, they had something that was equally as important. If one person failed, the whole mission was a no-go. And I think just the set piece in general on Scarif was fantastic.
Yeah,
the space battle and
I wish I could talk more, but it's a spoiler free.
Exactly.
There are a lot of really cool things that we can't talk about right now in a spoiler free.
Well, maybe two more things I wanted to shout out real quick.
Yeah.
First, Felicity Jones I think was very good. There was a couple acting scenes where she really made me believe what she was feeling. A certain scene in particular where, it's very gut-wrenching kind of stuff, and she played it to a T. And the second is, I believe it's John Knoll, who's the visual effects supervisor. It was his idea to do this movie, and he did something in this movie that, if you know about, visual effects and stuff, it's called the Uncanny Valley, and I think we're very close to that. And
look it up if you don't know what it is. I didn't until last night.
And it was amazing. If you think that, like, Rise of the Planet of the Apes and, like, the motion capture stuff that you see there is advanced, this takes it to another level. And there's two different instances where that happens, and it's great. It's perfect almost every time. So, and those are things to get really hyped about. I wish this was a spoilers review so that we could talk about it. But
now, was there anything in the film, and I guess this isn't a spoiler because it wouldn't be in it, but was there anything in the film that wasn't there that you wished was?
Honestly, I can't think of one.
No, neither can I. That's why I asked.
No, and I was very happy that they didn't feel the need to put unnecessary cameos. Everything felt organic. You know what I mean? It wasn't just like, hey, you know this guy, this guy. It wasn't like that. The one guy that you do know is Darth Vader, and this is not a spoiler because
it's
in the trailer.
Trailers.
But Darth Vader, he doesn't have a lot of screen time. Don't go into this movie thinking it's a Darth Vader.
But
movie.
it was worth the screen time. It's kind of like Spider-Man. While it was short and brief, it was very good.
Yeah. Less than maybe 5 minutes of screen time, but he soaks up every second of it. It's
worked
great.
Out. Now, was there any problems that you had with the film?
I had a few problems with the film. I think we talked about this last night. One of my biggest issues was some of the dialogue felt a little forced at times. There was a running theme.
Sorry.
There was a running thing of hope, and sometimes we get that the only line they didn't say was "We're gonna need a new hope." You know what I mean? It was one of those things where, like, they kind of beat you over the head with that. That kind of took me out a little bit.
Yeah,
and then
it did. I agree. I didn't like that, but I find it funny that you love the Planet of the Apes trailer.
Yeah, with that line,
and the guy says, "We will be a planet of apes." I thought that was so corny, but you take issue with that. That's fine.
So the only other. Well, one more real thing and two little nitpicky things. The first one is I felt like, especially in the third act, there was a certain score that was used a lot. And throughout the whole film, it was used a couple times.
Iconic.
It is, but I feel like they relied on it a few times too many. It kind of took me out by, like, the 7th or 8th time hearing it. Like, it was whenever something exciting happened, it was that song. And I think that could have been a good chance to, infuse something new into this standalone new Star Wars.
I'm not as big on scores than you are.
Yeah. Well, I think they're important. But we're not going to get into that because we talked about this earlier, arguing for over an hour, and we almost shut down Film Feud because of it.
I won.
The other two nitpicky things were, one, there's a certain crew member that I felt could have gotten a little more cool things to do. He was used very well, but I would have liked to see just a little bit more because he was kind of cool.
I think I know who you're talking about. I'm not.
Donnie Yen's friend.
Oh, okay. So I don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was really cool. I thought they used him well. I don't think I missed out on him too much, but when we did see him, it was cool. So
yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is,
Jesus Christ.
I know Kathleen Kennedy came out like a month ago and said that there wasn't going to be an opening crawl, and I knew that going in. I knew I wasn't going to like it, and just in the beginning, it took me out. You know, you're used to seeing that from a Star Wars movie. I understand why they did it. I don't think they should have done it, but they did it, and it took me out.
You knew because of how this movie was being portrayed and how it was going to be. You knew there were going to be some big things. I knew there was going to be some big things that were omitted. Mm-hmm. There were actually, you know, a lot of things that were added that I didn't expect.
Yeah, like the names of the planets.
Yeah,
I thought that was a good separate was a good way to separate it.
So I didn't necessarily
It didn't take you out.
It didn't take me out. I understood it, and I love seeing the crawl.
Yeah,
the crawl is iconic, but this is like its own little. It's in the world, but it's its own little beast.
Yeah, no, and I get it, and I get they don't want to do it for Han Solo.
I was more thrown off when they did the change to the Marvel in.
In Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
That threw me off. I don't know if you've seen Doctor Strange, but it was a totally different beginning. You know how they have the Marvel one, just like flipping through pages almost has that noise. That's not there. So that was really jarring. This not so much because I kind of expected it.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, it was a nitpicky thing, but just for that couple seconds, it took me out. I wish it was there, but it's not, so I gotta get over it. But that's basically it. So now we're just gonna give our final thoughts. Score out of 10. What do you feel, Marcus?
Well, I'm gonna say this is a solid 8 out of 10. I find very few things wrong with it. It's not perfect, but I have yet to see a perfect movie. I really, really enjoyed it. And I really want to talk a spoiler review. So hopefully maybe we'll do one of those because there's a lot to talk about.
Absolutely. That definitely. So for me, I really liked the movie. There were certain things that, you know, brought it down for me a little bit. I wasn't as hyped for this movie going into it as I was for The Force Awakens because, you know, first Star Wars movie in 10 plus years, all that stuff. So I'm going to give it a 7.5. I thought it was super good. And if you're a hardcore Star Wars fan, please go see this movie. Please read Catalyst. And please, well, I don't even have to ask you because after you see this, you're going to go home and watch episode 4. And I think that's the best way to consume this movie. It does a good job patching things up from 3 to 4, even though there's not that much in the prequel era, but there is a little bit. But it just helps connect everything and fit the two trilogies together. Yeah. And I think like I said, it's the perfect prequel.
Yeah, and again, you don't need to have seen this the series.
No.
You should have general knowledge of like who Darth Vader is and the Death Star and things like that.
I will say though, if you're a fan of Star Wars Rebels on Disney XD, keep an eye out for a certain ship that you will see. It doesn't have anything to do, but it's just very nice to see, and it's very rewarding for people that.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't know why I don't watch the animated series.
It's great.
I know. I just have so much to watch normally. Okay, well that's it for now. I know we do a segment. We're starting to do a segment. If you like this, if you like that,
try this.
But I really think it's kind of self-explanatory.
Yeah,
if you like the other Star Wars. Watch Star Wars. Yeah, that was the easiest one I think.
Yeah, if you like droids, blasters, rebels,
space,
lightsabers, not a lot of lightsabers, but some. Watch it.
Oh wow, you said lightsabers.
I mean, that's not a spoiler.
I mean, maybe it's a flashback lightsaber.
Kyber crystals. Oh.
Yes. Yeah. So, go see it. We loved it.
Yeah, and that's going to do it. As always, follow me on Twitter at The Great Rambino, Instagram at The Great Rambino _ Marcus.
Follow me at Marcus F. Nartez. If I'll start posting Twitters on it. Is it Twitters? I'm the old man of the group. Tweets.
Yes,
Sorry.
Tweets.
Twitters.
Don't worry, I'm going to catch them up.
Where's my cane? I've been slacking on my tweets.
Yeah. Social media presence.
Yeah, well, I like other social media. I just have to get. I have a lot to say sometimes, and that freaking character limit just aggravates me. And I quit. I quit halfway through what I want to say. But yes, Marcus F. Nardetez, as always, we will put it down below.
Yep, you can follow us at Film Feud, guys, on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. Please like, comment, subscribe so you can see all the videos that we post. And share and force your family to watch it at Christmas because, we're fun people to have around. And that'll...
What are you doing for Christmas?
For Christmas, I am going to see Rogue One.
Again? Oh, we saw it in 3D. Real fast. What do you think about that?
Oh, 3D? I thought it was good. I mean, 3D... It's
You're
not
my favorite.
It's not my favorite.
If you like 3D, you will enjoy this. If you don't, see it standard.
Yeah.
Or I want to see it in IMAX.
I would see it in IMAX. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's different. As always, follow us. We already said that.
You already said that. All right, now it's time to really cut it.
In case we don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Thanks for watching.